Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video of the Bikini Prep Series, episode 16 now, which means we are 4 weeks out. I'm starting to get nervous. The nerves have actually hit me this week, but a lot has actually happened this week. I did want to pick up the camera during the week, but with the time I had, I just couldn't. So, first update. We got a high day. No, not one. We got 2 high days during the week and I really needed it. My body was battered, and when Mike said we're getting a high day, I was like, yes, this is the time that I actually do need it. So yeah, my body actually responded so well. My weight dropped after the first day by 0.2, then it went back up just 0.2 after the second day of carbs. So we were on over 200 grams of carbs, which is a lot for me. So body responded really well. We went back to baseline yesterday, back to the lower food, and obviously I did expect a weight drop this morning, but it didn't happen because also I'm really cold, hence the robe. But we are currently dealing with another IBS flare-up, which just gave me an idea for this week's video. We're gonna say goodbye to John. He's leaving me because I have posing clients and he has stuff to do.
I don't want to be bothering her, you see.
It's a busy week of clients. It's actually the busiest week of posing clients I have ever had, and I couldn't be more grateful. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Yeah, busiest week of posing clients I have ever had since I started posing coaching. But we'll get to that later because I still have more clients today, but I have a little hour break right now, so I do want to chat to you. So obviously, yeah, we are starting with the prep update. So weight went back up this morning, IBS flare up, which as I said gave me an idea for this week's video, and I am going to chat to you about IBS. I'll do it a little later. I'll do it after I'm finished up with my posing clients. But I do want to chat to you about IBS, what it is, how to deal with it, and especially in a bodybuilding prep. How does it make it different? How does it make it more difficult? How do I deal with it? And how do I actually prep having this condition? But we will get to that a bit later. So another good thing that actually happened, so we did check in this morning. We didn't make any changes just because of my stomach. He was like, let's let it settle till tomorrow. But yesterday, because we've been checking in like every day the last few days, he actually dropped my cardio. So the one thing we took from my refeed, so it was a 2-day refeed with reduced cardio. We went down to 45 minutes of cardio, and we feel this is the reason my body responded so well, because it actually got a bit more rest. So we are going to try it. Cardio could go back up. We don't know. We'll be ready for anything anyway. But yeah, we are like 31 days out or 30 days out today. And it's starting to really fucking hit me. But I am excited. I am excited. The only thing is, obviously, the thoughts of will I be ready in time are starting to kick in. We still have a few kgs to pull off, all from the legs really. Like the upper body is pretty much ready. My midsection is nearly as small as it was on stage last year. So it's just the legs, the hamstrings. But knowing my body and having the data from previous preps and shows, they do tend to come in very, very late, but they do. So we just stay hopeful, we stay calm, we don't stress, because that will just cause more IBS flare-ups. But as I said, I will get into that a little bit later. I just wanted to intro the vlog here before I crack on with the rest of my posing clients for today and have my first meal. I'm not doing a full day of eating. Food is the exact same it was the week before. So yeah, I've done all my client check-ins this morning. I'm on a roll. I did 6 minutes cardio on my check-in, all of my client check-ins. I've already taught 1 posing client and I have 2 more to go today. I have more tomorrow. As I said, I actually had some during the week as well. So it is a very busy week of posing, and I'm just so happy because this is what gives me the energy in this prep. Teaching my clients and building relationships with them. Like, I am not in this for the money, because trust me, the money out of this isn't good right now anyway. But I am not in this for the money. I genuinely love, A, I love posing. B, I think I'm pretty good at it. And C, I just love working with these amazing women, building relationships, friendships along the way. And I just cannot wait to see them all on stage. I cannot wait to share the stage with some of them this year. So it's going to be good. But yeah, now I need to eat my first meal, have another coffee because I'm dying. And I've actually made my meal yesterday. I was too lazy I knew today would be so busy, so I just popped egg whites and 1 egg and veg in the microwave. That's the point in prep that we're at. We're eating for purpose, not for enjoyment. Although I do still enjoy this meal. I'm gonna add some salad to it and it'll be good. But yeah, so it's a very busy day today. A lot of posing clients. I'm not training today purely because I knew how busy posing was going to be today, and client check-ins and client setups. I have a few setups to do. But yeah, I will keep you in the loop later on as to what happens. I might pop back on tomorrow after we do another check-in and hopefully my stomach settles. So I will hop back on tomorrow to tell you if there's any changes for the next few weeks of prep. And yeah, and then later on we're actually going to do a bit of shopping. I need to buy a few things for shows. It's 4 weeks out. I really don't want to have to go back to town after this week, so we are going to buy some prep essentials, some show day essentials, and I need new luggage. So I will probably bring you to town with me to show you. And we've decided we need a little bit of enjoyment because we haven't been doing much since we came back from Manchester. It's just been work, posing, prep, work, posing, prep. So we are actually going to the theatre. I have never been to a theatre without my school to watch a school play. But Aladdin is playing here in Galway. We're like, fuck it, let's go. It's only 70 minutes, no interval, 7:30 in the evening. We'll still be back in bed for 9 o'clock. So we're like, let's do it. And it's in town, so to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I still have to meal prep for the rest of the day as well before we go. So that's what I'm going to do after all my posing clients. That's why I just made meal 1 today. So I'll just meal prep after all my clients and then change and go. It's why I did my makeup this morning as well, just to save some time later. And I cannot wait to chill out. I am exhausted. But we've work to do and I'm buzzing for it. So coffee, food, and I'll catch you later. And I will have a little sit down with you because I do really want to talk about IBS. It's not talked about a lot, especially amongst athletes. And we can probably tie digestion in a prep into this as well, because it does, even if you have a stomach of steel, your digestion will take a hit at some point. So for me, obviously today. So yeah, I will catch you when I catch you. Meals for the rest of the day are prepped. We've got some chicken with peanut butter and veg. Got some turkey mince with tomato puree and veg. And I've got some egg whites, chicken. I'm just going to add a little bit of mushrooms and peanut butter to this and have this before we leave the house. But I'm prepped for the rest of the day. And let's have a little chat. So keep the sauerkraut and pickles in mind because I will be chatting about them too. Mandatory puff break. I'm going to chat to you about IBS because I have some things to unpack. First of all, I've finished up with all of my posing clients today and I am so happy. Not because I'm finished. I had a new client today, Imi, 20 years old, first timer, and I was blown away about how good she was in her first ever posing lesson. Like, we literally went through all of the mandatory poses. We went through the quarter turns, even transitions. Like, we did all of that in 45 minutes. So I'm really happy with that. And my other girl, Zara, absolutely nailed it today as well. So, mentioned earlier, I had a massive IBS flare-up this morning. Still feeling like absolute crap and I'm starving, but at the same time, my stomach is just so bad. I'm scared any food will trigger it more. So I actually went up to bed for an hour or so and I just kind of chilled out. Didn't nap, but just chilled out, and I do feel a bit better. Stomach is still at me though. But I know exactly why, which is good, obviously, because we know what to do. So first of all, what is IBS? I'm not going to give you a Google definition because anybody can go and Google IBS and a load of things will come up. But basically it is, IBS stands for Irritable Bowel Syndrome. IBD then is the disease. I just have the syndrome. So Irritable Bowel Syndrome. Now, what does that exactly mean? It is different for different people. But like your common symptoms would be massive stomach pain, cramps, gas, diarrhea, or constipation. For me, it's usually the second one. I can't go, which is not ideal, especially in a prep when your food is already low and your fiber intake is low and going to the toilet is hard enough. This makes it even harder sometimes. But I'm not going to talk gross stuff. But basically for me, what it means, I am just in a lot of pain. There is some gas, but the main problem is just the pain, the discomfort, the bloating. The bloating gets real and it's just painful to touch. Your stomach is hard. But what triggers it? There is so many things that can trigger it, being the obvious one is food. So over the years, I just thought I had some food intolerances. There were some things I knew would hurt me, like certain vegetables or skin on potatoes, certain animal fats like beef and salmon. But I couldn't, like some days it would hurt me, some days it wouldn't, and I couldn't really pinpoint. It definitely made my other preps a little bit harder because we just weren't aware of the fact that I do actually have IBS and there is certain things that I cannot have, period. So yeah, food is the number one main cause of a trigger. So foods that are definitely off the charts for me are dairy. Unfortunately, I used to absolutely adore my yogurt meal in prep because it was sweet, it was filling. I could add sweetener to it, but no dairy whatsoever, no cheese, no milk. I do use unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk in my coffee, but other than that, no cheese, no dairy, no yogurt, no protein puddings. Even the whey I do not use a vegan whey, and I will tell you in a second why. I do just stick to 100% whey isolate, and I use very small portions, so all my protein portions are usually about 15 grams. And I find my stomach does handle that, so that's good. Dairy is probably the biggest trigger. Then comes gluten, which kind of explains why oats were hurting me so much. Now, why was I having oats in my off season and they suddenly hurt me now? Because my stomach is a lot more sensitive in a prep when the food is low, when the body's under a bit of stress. Those foods can trigger it more, or foods that I used to get away with, I don't really get away with anymore. So things like oats. Now, why am I not having a vegan whey? On top of my IBS, I cannot have things like legumes. So no beans, no peas, no soya. So that eliminates all of the vegan proteins out there pretty much because they're all based off soya half the time. Same with the vegan yogurts, half of them are soya based. So I haven't tried them yet. That is something I do want to give a try though. Like the Alpro plain ones or something like that in the off season. Obviously right now is not the time to be experimenting. So yeah, food. There's a lot of things I cannot have. This is why it makes prep easier but harder in a way. It makes it easier because we know what I can have and we just don't have anything outside of that circle of foods I know sit well with me. But at the same time, it does make prep harder because we are very limited. Like food is low enough and you always want to find ways to maybe volumize your foods or make them taste better, but you can't always do that with IBS. In terms of flavoring things, no sweeteners. Fizzy drinks are very rare for me because just the sweetener in them and the carbonation is a killer, just really blows it up. So I go very easy on the flavor drops, the flavored syrups, and Pepsi and Monsters and all of that. We go very easy on that, which obviously makes it prep that bit harder because what do you use to kill the hunger in between meals? Pepsi, energy drinks and things like that, chewing gum, none of that. So there's that. Also, volumizing meals. So I said I used to love my yogurt meal. It's a great way to have a lot of protein and quite a high volume of food. Like you'd get away with having like 250 300 grams of yogurt. You could add flavor to that using sweetener and stuff, but I just can't do that. So my meals that would normally be yogurt meal are just egg whites, and you saw them on that plate, tiny. So that's what it is. But the main killer, the main trigger of an IBS flare-up for me and for a lot of other people is stress. If you know me, I'm a stress ball half the time. I'm always stressed, I'm always overthinking, always jumping to conclusions, always seeing the worst side of things, and it definitely doesn't do me any good. But it's not even just the emotional stress. Physical stress and emotional stress pretty much play the same part in causing an IBS flare-up. Like, if you don't know, your gut microbiome and your mental health are connected. If you don't feel well, especially having this condition, it will make it worse. But on top of mental health, as I said, there comes the physical stress. Prep is stressful on the body. You're not eating a lot, you are training more, you're doing more cardio, your body's fatigued, your body is tired, and your body is under a lot of stress. Then comes the added mental stress of actually stressing about prep, and then obviously anything else that life might be throwing at you. And in my case, that is definitely what happened this week. I think I took on a bit too much this week. I had a lot of posing clients during the week. I have more posing clients today and tomorrow, and being 4 weeks out and being wiped, I think I took on a bit too much, and I think I was a little bit stressed about it, and that is definitely what caused it. I could not pinpoint it to anything else because I didn't eat anything different. Nothing in my routine changed, nothing in my diet changed, no energy drinks, no fizzy drinks, no nothing. So it definitely wasn't food that caused it, because my coach and I, at this stage, having worked together over 2 years, nearly 3 years now, we know what works and what doesn't. And that has been the main kind of focus for us this prep, is really focusing on whole foods and digestion. So my main tips for managing IBS, you can't cure it, but you can manage it, you can live with it. Sometimes you just can't avoid a flare-up, but half the time you can. And I have to say, this is only my second one this prep, and keep in mind I've been in prep 16 weeks now. So first of all, cutting out anything artificial, like I said, sweeteners, fizzy drinks, things like that. Cutting out dairy was definitely the biggest help for me. Cutting out gluten, turns out, was a good shout too. And incorporating fermented foods. So you saw in my meals there, and you've seen in my vlogs, in my full days of eating so many times, I incorporate pickles and sauerkraut. Because I'm Polish and I grew up on that, I love it, but at the same time I do use it for my gut health. So it is a prebiotic. Any fermented foods are prebiotics, which feed your probiotics, which are the good bacteria in your gut. And obviously you need a balance of both. You need a balance of both good and bad bacteria for healthy gut health. So those prebiotics will feed those probiotics, work together, and you're gonna have a happy gut. But as I said, sometimes you just cannot avoid it. But my biggest tip would be, just, if you know you can't have something, please don't eat it. I know sometimes you're like, fuck it, I'll just feel shit tomorrow. But then it comes tomorrow and you're feeling worse than you thought, and you regret every single piece of that thing that you put in your mouth. So avoid those foods if you know they're a trigger. Stress is a big one. You just have to, even my coach sent me a really good message today about it. It's called cognitive recognition. It's basically, it summarizes me pretty much. Somebody that kind of just sees black and white, sees the bad side of things, overthinks, jumps into the future with her thoughts. So just learning to be present and, you know, being aware of your feelings. When you know you're not feeling great about something, try to talk yourself out of that. Like, even before, I said with cardio and prep protocols, when they start getting really tough, sometimes you just have to actually say out loud, no, it's not, I got this, this is easy. You know, 60 minutes cardio, easy, I can do that, no problem. So definitely controlling the mind, controlling the emotions is a big one with somebody with IBS. And lastly, I'd say, obviously you can go to a doctor. He can prescribe you things, and I've done that. I've been to a doctor, I've been prescribed stuff, I've taken over-the-counter stuff, and it just doesn't work. I'm gonna be honest, for me, it just does not work. I know what works for me, and that is controlling my diet and controlling my stress. But as I said, sometimes you cannot control it, and yes, it's annoying because I feel like a piece of crap today, and I'm in pain, and we have shit to do. But yeah, now also, actually, caffeine apparently can be a trigger to some people. But I'm definitely not giving that up, no matter how much my stomach hurts, because not having fizzy drinks and energy drinks, coffee is the only one that keeps me going. The only thing that keeps me going. So we're not cutting that anytime soon. And I haven't really noticed any discomfort after coffee. So if anything, it actually helps when I can go. So yeah, also there is supplements. Definitely incorporating glutamine into your diet is a staple for bodybuilders. I'd say it's a staple for most bodybuilders out there, but if you do have stomach problems, it's even more so the reason to incorporate it. It will help balance out that gut health, and it will help with overall digestion and some other bits that I can't remember right now. But glutamine is a good thing to incorporate. Greens are amazing because now with IBS, you do need to find that balance of not enough fiber and too much fiber. You need to find that balance between. But just looking at my diet right now, there is no oats, there is barely any like fibrous veg. I don't eat green beans, I don't eat asparagus, broccoli, none of that because they hurt me. I don't have potatoes, so all I eat is like lettuce, mushrooms, and there just isn't a lot of fiber in that, so I know I do need that extra fiber. Obviously probiotics, digestive enzymes, all of that will help a little bit, but the only way to really manage it is by eating whole foods, Sticking to things you know work. Obviously, it might take time for you to get to that place where you know what works, but yeah. So that's all for me on IBS. I feel like crap today, and I just wanted to get it out there and kind of share my journey, because it does make prep a little bit harder, because you're there ticking all the boxes, you're eating all of your food, you're doing all of your cardio, and you wake up in the morning hoping your weight is going to drop, and you're just bloated and in pain even though you didn't do anything to cause it. So it can be very discouraging in a prep, very demotivating, and it's just a pain in the ass. Let's face it, it's just a pain in the ass. But hoping tomorrow will be better. I'm just about to get meal number 2 in. It is 3 p.m. and I'm only eating meal number 2 because I just wanted to let my stomach settle. But I'm gonna have meal number 2, my egg whites, chicken and peanut butter, and we're gonna head into town for a bit of shopping. And I did tell you we're going to a theatre to see Aladdin tonight, although we still haven't bought tickets, so that's probably something we should do. Babe.
Sorry?
We haven't bought tickets. I checked last night, there were still some there.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Should we chance walking in, or are we gonna buy tickets beforehand?
Buy tickets beforehand.
Okay, we'll buy tickets beforehand. So we'll buy that now when we're eating, and then we're probably gonna do a little pit stop on the way to town for a coffee before we get to town to have another coffee. Yeah, I'm just saying we're gonna have a pit stop to have a coffee before we get to town, so we can go have a coffee in town as well. And then probably another one, and another one. I've had 2, so I'm gonna have number 3 now. Then yeah, that's my life. That's my life. Fueled by caffeine, powered by caffeine, kept alive by caffeine. But
Sponsored by caffeine.
I should be sponsored by caffeine and peanut butter. Do you know what? Actually, I didn't tell you what I had on my high day. It was absolutely amazing. So we started off easy with breakfast, which is my usual egg whites, chicken, and we added 100 grams of blueberries and peanut butter. There was peanut butter in that meal. Then meal number 2 was rice, chicken, and peanut butter. Meal number 3 was rice, chicken, and peanut butter. Meal 4 was corn cakes, chicken, and peanut butter. And my last meal was a big bowl of cream rice with berries, whey, peanut butter, and dark chocolate. So if you see a theme here, I love peanut butter, and if there is any company out there that wants to sponsor me, it should be a peanut butter company. Fuck supplements. Fuck gym gear. Peanut butter. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although some supplement help would be nice. We're about to make a big order next week for all of our supplements, and we're looking about €400, I'd say, between the 2 of us. So woo. Okay, I'm gonna go because it is time for me to eat now, and we need to get ourselves together and actually leave the house. I do feel better after my little power nap though. I'm gonna put that out there. I do feel a little bit better. But I have 2 rest days back to back now, which means 2 days on sub 1,000 calories, and I'm just a bit... See, this is also what I was subconsciously nervous about. I knew I had 2 rest days back to back. I knew the food would be really low, and I'm just coming off 2 high days. I think I was kind of subconsciously nervous about that too, because I know I'm going to be really hungry. My stomach's been rumbling all morning, but we'll manage. We'll manage, we'll be fine. And listen, 3 weeks to peak week. Mission accomplished. We just got the cutest sets for traveling to shows. 95 quid for 2 of those. I wanted white marble, but we went for purple instead because they didn't have any, and I'm really, really happy. So let's see if we can actually fit them into the car now. Come on, do your magic.
Most important one first.
We need to see if we can actually travel with them when we go away. There's the back seats as well.
Yeah.
Will they not fit right beside each other? Scooch that to the left. No. Okay, we're gonna have a problem. So pretty. Okay, this one's going in the back seat, but we did it. Look at John, by the way, in his new Trained by JP gear.
Sponsor me.
Sponsor us, please. So, I am back in the car. You would have seen us having our meal. Let me turn the light on. You would have seen us having our meal in Starbucks. We got a cold brew with a bit of coconut milk, and we just walked around the square for a bit, Air Square. Obviously you would have seen some clips of that. Bad news. We are not going to see Aladdin because I checked this morning and all the times were still available, and then when we were actually on the way to town, we were going to buy tickets and they're all sold out. So we just walked around town. We got a few show day bits. I actually have a full bag of like little bits I'm going to need, like before the show, backstage, tanning, travel stuff, all of that, obviously the luggage. So stay tuned for a video during peak week. Peak week is in 3 weeks, so I will definitely be doing what's in my show day bag and travel essentials and all that and everything I bring to show, so I'll definitely be making a video on that. So I won't show you what I bought today. Also bought some random bits because John was taking forever in the changing rooms. So
No, I wasn't. No.
He was. So 15 minutes actually. So I was walking around and I started picking up random bits as you do. Yeah, I got some skincare. I didn't get nails. I was going to get stick-on nails because I work in a clean room, so I can't have gels, and there just won't be enough time for me to be getting nails done, and then, do you mind? For me to be getting nails done and then getting them removed between shows and put back on. A, too expensive, B, won't have the time, so stick-on nails it is for this year. But I couldn't find any nice ones, so I'm gonna have to go online. So we are going to head back home now. Probably just shower, eat, and go to bed because it is 6:45, so by the time we're home, by the time we get another meal in. And I do want to go to bed that bit early just because I know my stomach will need a bit of sleep tonight just to settle. Right now, the situation is it feels better, then I eat something and it just hurts again. So that's the story there. So yeah, we are going to head home. I don't know if I'm going to pick the camera up again today. I will pick the camera back up tomorrow morning when I'm checking in and I get my feedback, because hopefully my stomach settles and my coach can actually make the adjustments we need to make. So I will keep you in the loop tomorrow. And I just got a message from the post saying my bikini is arriving on Monday. And I know I usually don't film past the weekend, but I will pop the camera out on Monday when the bikini comes, and we'll get on the vlog, obviously in black and white, but you'll be able to see my reaction when I see the bikini of my dreams. I'm really happy with this one. Obviously, if you saw my last vlogs, I did pick up a bikini in Manchester when I went to see Mike and Emma, but she was making another one, and you would have seen her actually making it, but it wasn't finished by the time we were leaving, so she had to post it out to me. So it's coming on Monday, and I'm so excited because trust me, it is going to be a look nobody's going to forget. So I'll probably be wearing that bikini to my second show and my fourth show because I do want to alternate. So one for the first show and the same one for the third, and then one for the second and the same one for the last, unless I get my white bikini cleaned because it's permanently stained purple from tan. So if I manage to get it out, I might wear that one maybe to my last show because that white look was a vibe, but we'll see. Anyway, John is tired here, he's hungry, so we're gonna go home, and I will probably catch you tomorrow unless something happens tonight, but I really don't think so. Good morning. It is the next day and I'm just getting ready for the day. As you would have seen, I checked in with my coach this morning, and very good news. So obviously, you know, yesterday my stomach was in bits and throughout the day it didn't get any better, but we had a little bit of CBD in the evening and we just chilled out, had some CBD tea alongside it, and got a great night's sleep, and we hit a new low. We hit a new low, 0.9 down from yesterday, 0.9 kilo. And we're feeling very good. We're feeling tight. So yeah, no changes to food, no changes to cardio. We are sticking to 60 minutes cardio for the next few days at least. Obviously we'll be checking in again on Wednesday to reassess, but yeah, very good news. So no changes to food, no changes to cardio, no changes to anything, and I'm very happy. So the plan of action right now is I'm getting ready, as you can see. I need to go prep my meals for today, and then I am off to teach posing clients. I have one at home, and then I have to head into the gym for my second client, and then I need to finish off the rest of my cardio because I've only done 40 minutes today just because I wanted to get on the Stairmaster. So that's the plan. Then come home, meal prep for the next few days because obviously tomorrow is Monday and we're going back to work. So we need to have our meals prepped. And then yeah, the day will probably be over by then. We'll go for a walk, get our steps in, get a coffee with John, and that'll be it. That's the weekend over. Another weekend closer to show day. You know, we have what, 3 more weekends until it's show day weekend. And yeah, I'm not freaking out. I'm not freaking out at all. You're freaking out. But yeah, no, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up the camera again today. I'll definitely film an outro at some stage. I'll see. If anything happens today, I will pick up the camera. So I'm not going to end the vlog just yet. And obviously my bikini should be coming tomorrow. So we'll definitely get on the vlog. You'll have to stay for the rest of the video. You'll have to stay to the end to see it. So yeah, I will see you at some stage. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, who knows. So we've been home a while and I've just finished up meal prepping all of my meals for the next 2/3-4 days. So work meals for 2 days, meal 1, meal 2, my post-workout, my pre-workout corn cakes with peanut butter, and I have whey in a little shaker. Got my pineapple, my banana, my chickens for my last meal so I don't have to worry about weighing it out when I get home. And then I have some extra chicken, extra rice, so I can just pop it out of the fridge whenever I need it. If you want to see, it's literally chicken and peanut butter, chicken, egg whites and peanut butter, and that's pretty much what my diet looks like right now. I just kind of want to take this opportunity to kind of chat to you about meal prep actually. There is videos out there where I meal prep with you and there's full days of eating so you can see exactly what I'm eating. But meal prepping itself, why is it crucial to progress as a bodybuilder, but also not as a bodybuilder? Meal prepping can A, save you time, B, save you money, and help you reach your goals faster. So if you have your meals prepped from start to finish for a few days, like I have everything in this meal already prepped, from the sauces to the veg to the proteins, the fats to everything, and literally I get to work, I pop it out of my food bag and my meal is there. Same thing when I get home wrecked after the gym, my post-workout is there waiting to just be reheated. And then if I'm on the go, I will never leave the house without a meal. I don't know how long things are going to take. Something could always pop up. And for me, it's important to be getting my meals in on time, especially with IBS and my stomach. I need to make sure I'm eating regularly. So going hours and hours without meals and then having to scoff down too, not ideal for my digestion. But if you're just a regular person trying to reach some fitness goals, some physique goals, meal prep is just as important. Whether it's just having, you know, some carbs and some proteins and veg prepped in the fridge so you can just grab and put a meal together, or if you find it helpful, if you don't mind it, prepping full meals so you can just whip them out of the fridge and they're there for you, it can help you reach your goals a lot faster. Like imagine you're out and about and you lose track of time, you get hungry, you don't have a meal with you, what do? You go and buy something, whether you buy a takeaway or you go and get a protein bar or a chocolate bar or something just to curb that hunger. And these calories tend to add up, you know, especially if you do have some serious physique goals. Macros and calories do matter. Even if you're out and you get a healthy meal, you don't know how many calories are in that, you don't know the macros of that meal, and even if the restaurant provides them, they're often not very accurate. I think they have about a 20% leeway as to the calories they provide. So I say meal prep is key, whether you're a bodybuilder or not. I think meal prep is a staple. It's something that a lot of people should be practicing, especially if you work a job, having your meals just there for you so you don't have to worry about it. You know, spend that hour, spend half an hour even. Like this took me half an hour having the chicken and the rice already cooked. It took me half an hour to put meals together for almost 3 days. So please don't use a lack of time as an excuse. So that's kind of all I wanted to say. Like if you are serious about your goals, it does take a lot of effort that needs to be put into it. You can't just wing it. You will not get away with just eating out and eating everything out there. Obviously, if you are just a lifestyle client, do allow that time for enjoyment, you know, maybe once a week, go out, or, you know, treat yourself here and there. But staying on top of your meals is very important, and unfortunately 80% of your progress comes from the food you put in your body. So that being said, if you do need help with that, if you don't know where to start with your food and your fitness, make sure you do reach out to me. You can head over to Instagram, you can click the link in that bio or in the description below. You can fill out my inquiry form, or if you just want to DM me on Instagram, we can set up a consult call and I will do my best to help you reach your goals sustainably, healthily, and most importantly, enjoyably, or if that's even a word. But I thought I'd outro the vlog here. So obviously it is Sunday evening. My meals for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday are prepped, which means it's time to wind down and get ready for work tomorrow. I had an amazing weekend of posing clients and it's definitely going to fuel me for the next few days. I have more clients coming starting Wednesday. So it's going to be a very busy week, but 3 full weeks of work left till peak week, till we're off for the shows. So these 3 weeks will definitely be quite difficult, but it's nothing we can't handle. It's nothing we haven't done before. And as I said before, I am very grateful that this prep, yes, it's hard, but food is higher than last year. Cardio is lower than last year. Body weight is lower. We're looking better. We have more muscle mass. We are leaner, and we still have 3 weeks till show number 1. And we have about 8 weeks until my final show. So we've plenty of time. We do not stress, most importantly, because we know what it does to my stomach. So I'm gonna leave the vlog here. I will pop a clip in once my bikini comes and you will see it with me. You'll see my reaction opening it. It is a bikini I designed myself. I picked out the crystals, I picked out the fabric, so I'm sure it's gonna be absolutely perfect and exactly what I dreamed of. So I'm very excited to see it tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, you know, on Post in Ireland, you never know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you stay tuned for the next one. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, head over to Instagram, TikTok, and I shall see you in the next one. Ciao! So, here it is. I'm all sweaty after the gym, but here is my bikini. Now, please ignore if I'm looking at both cameras. I am filming for Instagram with my phone and for the vlog on the camera, but here it is. So let's open her up. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the colour. You're not going to see it. Oh my god. It is beautiful. I know I picked out the crystals myself, but wow, Emma has really outdone herself. So the bikini is from Center Stage Suits, or Emma. Oh my god, girl, you outdid yourself. Oh my god. It is gorgeous. Now I will not be trying it on.